save there and they score! So here's Lassiter with a shot and he scores! He drives it in, walking in, he shoots and scores! Mustangs draw first blood! Teresi gets a shot away, scores! 4-4! Lachlan going to the net, shoots and he scores!
And towards Cox, Cox gets a shot away, Davis makes the save, no, it's in! It's in, first over the lead!
Live from O'Brien Group Arena in Melbourne, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this AIHL clash between the Melbourne Ice and the Melbourne Mustangs, the first Melbourne Derby for season 2018, the biggest fixture on the AIHL schedule, and this one promises to be no different. That being said, it is a little different. The fact that the first time in AIHL history, it's coming to you on a Friday night. Well, the Mustangs, they're coming off a weekend in Perth where they split the points with the Thunder in a rough and tumble series, and the Melbourne Ice come on into this after a tough series against the Adelaide Adrenaline, where they took 5 of a possible 6 points after a pretty interesting fight with a useful Adrenaline side. Hello everyone, I'm Steve White. Thanks for joining us here this evening. Well, the weather outside tonight in Melbourne might be miserable, but one man who certainly is not. It's a very good evening to Rod Johns.
And good evening to you, my friend. I just want to say that I'm excited that you're back, dude, because I had a good time while you were gone.
Yep.
Okay, but it's just not the same.
Well, the grips of Canberra had me enthralled for 5 weeks, so I had really no choice in that matter. So
what were you doing? Were you helping them with the budget or something?
Oh, well, yeah, it's somehow ended up in my bank account. But that jokes aside, first Melbourne Derby for season 2018. We're here on a Friday night. Your thoughts coming into this game?
Well, mate, I think this is going to be great, okay? The Mustangs have a couple of new imports, and they've got sound goaltending, and they've got a point to prove here. Melbourne Ice, they started the season, and they rolled Adelaide, right?
Yep.
And they kept on going, and I think that at the end of the day, everyone wants to see how this one's going to go. So, I don't know, man. I'm excited.
Well, it's interesting with that Adelaide. I mean, that Adelaide series, this the last weekend, contrasted to the first weekend.
Isn't it just?
8-0 spanking, and then the Adrenaline made them work for those 5 points to go shootout in the Saturday game. Mustangs got beaten by the Adrenaline the first weekend, and it's interesting to see because, I mean, everyone's tipping on Melbourne Ice got this team and that team and the defending champs, that is. But, I mean, look at the way the Mustangs recruited in the off-season. Petri Pitkin and Alexei Toivin, and what a contending tech combination that is.
Excellent, and you know, you and I have thought about this big time, and at the end of the day, you must have solid goaltending, and in the scheme of things, this is probably the best goaltending that the Mustangs have had in their career. So they've got a good starting goaltender, and they've got a great backup goaltender, so what more could you ask for? And I can't say it enough that goaltending, right, you got to make the saves you're supposed to make and then the ones you're not supposed to make. So these two are quite capable of doing that. That means that Mustangs won't lose their momentum. They won't lose their kudos and their drive, okay? And that's exactly what you want.
Well, I'm interested to see how Davies, my first look at Davies after, winning the promotion with Team Great Britain in that overtime thriller, up to, to go up to 1A from 1B, that's a first. He's been lighting he was apparently really good last weekend. I didn't see the game, so I'm interested to see how he fares here this evening.
Well, I am too, and I would like to think that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with on the Mustangs forward lineup, and it'll be very interesting to see at the end of the game where he's got to and how has he contributed to controlling the game and providing stronger offense, and that's what they need. They need scoring power, and so this dude should just be what they're after.
And on the Melbourne Ice side of the equation, Cass Delstar's been very good. I mean, he's gone through a sort of a career renaissance in the first couple of weeks of the season. 5 points already. He was supposed to have retired last year, but he's gone through a second wind, and he's come back for the Ice. We'll get to that in a second, as we're going to have the ceremonial puck drop followed by the national anthems, and then we'll get into it for the first Melbourne Derby for season 2018. We'll be back just after this. Let's go to centre ice.
Have your attention, please. The Kodiak Melbourne Mustangs would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest this evening, Senator the Honourable Bridget McKenzie, Federal Minister for Sport, and Kate Palmer, CEO of the Australian Sports Commission. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to our Kodiak Melbourne Mustangs, sponsors, player sponsors and members, and of course our opposition tonight, the Melbourne Ice. We are also lucky enough to be hosting a contingent from Air Canada, primary partner of the Australian Ice Hockey League. We hope you enjoy the game. And lastly, please make welcome John Dunwoody of the Kodiak Construction Group. The Kodiak Construction Group are our naming rights sponsor this year, and John will be joining us to drop the puck for our game today. Okay, I'm sure you will all agree we are looking forward to another fiercely contested derby game tonight, where both teams will display high-quality ice hockey here at O'Brien Group Arena. But before we get into that, can I please ask everyone to rise and remove all headwear for the national anthem? For John Dunwoody of the Kodiak Construction Group as he comes forward to
that's the formalities out of the way. Well, actually, no. They forgot the ceremonial putt drop. Federal Senator Richard McKenzie, Minister for Sport, in attendance here at this Melbourne Derby. We thank him for supporting the AIHL. And, well, that's the formalities out of the way. And now it's time for the hockey.
So let's just go back to a little bit about what you were talking about, because the funny thing was I happened to watch that 8-0 rout of Adelaide, and they were pretty scathing of the Adelaide goaltender, and I said, I don't think so, man. I said, I think this guy's got something to offer, and he was let down by his defense and his back-checking forwards. And certainly when the Mustangs played them the next day, their goaltender just got better and better and better. And I think one of the things that happened there was Mustangs scored on the first shift, and it looked like we were going to rout them too. And we went into a little bit of a laid-back affair, and unfortunately, that let them into the game, and they just got better and better. So I'm not really surprised that Ice went there and found it a little bit more challenging.
Exactly right. And speaking of challenges, two gentlemen that are going to be challenged ad hoc here this evening and all through the game are the two goaltenders starting this evening. Patrick Pitkin in net for the Melbourne Mustangs. 3 games played, record 2 wins, 1 loss, and a save percentage of .920. And for the Melbourne Ice, it's Mikey James getting the start again here. He's got 4 games, 4 wins, and a goals against, save percentage of .911. And, well, we are set for action. Absolutely packed here this evening between the Mustangs and the Ice. It always is, and ever so more on a Friday night here in Melbourne. And, well, just glad everyone was able to get here on time. Traffic was atrocious, as was the weather, but I'm sure the hockey will be the polar opposite of that. Your officials for this evening's game, Grange Phillips and Rob Love wearing the bands, and Daryl Hamilton and Fraser Olsen are your linesmen. And we're about to kick this one off here at the O'Brien Group Arena. First Melbourne Derby for season 2018. is about to get underway as Liam Webster going to take the draw and he wins it. 2 goes to 3. That's Webster to Graham and out to Armstrong now. Armstrong chips it back out now here to Webster. He fires this one in, gets pumped there by Humphries into the bench. And this one ends up with Michael McMahon. A trio of mighty roos combining on that opening shift. Here's Humphries, fires this one in deep into the kick plate. And Mikey James ends up with the scraps and he covers.
You got to wonder, mate, we talked a little bit about the goaltending. So you've got the 2 dudes for the Mustangs, and then you look down at the other end and you see an ex-Mustang playing for Ice. Yep. So you have to wonder what's going on in the Mustang's head. Do we know his weakness? How's he playing? Is he sharp and on his game? Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, you got Humphries, Erzen, and a whole bunch of mix and match out there at the moment as this one's sent from Anderson to Fleming, 2 of the Melbourne Ice imports for season 2018. Fired up, was picked off there by Davies, and that's going to be offside. He was a little too enthusiastic. And
speaking a little, and we probably shouldn't be doing a size thing, but Mr. Davies isn't a very big guy, and you know, it'll be interesting to see again what he can offer. And I look at Pat O'Kane, who's also not a very big guy, mate, but he's a bullet and he's a terrier. So I'd be interested to see what Mr. Davies can do.
Here's Robertson, fires this one in. There's the Ice trying to clear. Fleming now picks up the puck and starts out in front of his own goaltender. Chips this one up Ice. Lawrence is in there for the Ice, but it's slapped right back there by Brendan McDowell. Fleming going to play the lone hand and go and play fetch here for the Melbourne Ice as they start out of their zone. Up now here to Anderson on the wing. Flips this up to Cassian Delsar. Bit too much on the pass. Erzen, former Melbourne Ice player, flips this one up. Davies skates onto it. Pressured there by the longer reach of Anderson. And he wheels back now and looks for options up Ice with Stringer on the forecheck there for the Mustangs. Delsar can't control it. Bellick can. Here to Vyasov now. Vyasov and Stringer chops at this one. Now on the way to Marcus Wong. Fired up to centre ice. Evaded everyone except Bellick as the Ice elect to change their personnel. In 13:32 remaining in period number 1. Sean Jones had a hat-trick 2 weeks ago. Fired up now here to Stringer. Carpenter gives chase there. Ends up with Vyasov, but a throng of Melbourne Ice players to deal with is Vyasov. He's muscled off it. And he gets slammed to the ice there by Chris Wong. Another mighty room in the 2018 AIHL Worlds. And the puck ends up now here with Scott Corbett, the veteran. Skates up through centre. Got 3 Mustangs players in his way. Decides to peel off and put this one into the corner. Hoddick gets shouldered to the ice there by Stringer. And play continues. Back to the point now. Carpenter couldn't get much on it. Stringer retreats. Hoddick puts him into the glass. In for the scraps there is Corbett. Pretty well held there by Vyasov, but Corbett came out the victor. Threw it in front of the net and Bright threw it right back into Wong. And his backhand shot goes about a metre wide there of the paddle of Petri Pitkänen. Good pace to start this first Melbourne Derby for season 2018 as the puck comes now here to Vyasov looking for an option of field. And so not many of them, and the Mustangs haven't had an opportunity to change lines. Here's Bellick now. Bellick gets checked there by Armstrong. Webster, the power low to the slot. What a save there by Petri Pitkänen. And he got the blocker on it and sent it into the net.
So there's no way that you can leave someone with his caliber in that spot. He was in the slot right where he was meant to be. Nobody was on him, and it was a great pass and a good shot. And they just cannot afford to have that sort of thing happen in their defensive end.
And Petri Pitkänen, as we talked about, key acquisition for the Mustangs in the off-season, along with Alexei Toivonen. Obviously both played at the CBR Brave, although Toivonen more so in recent years. Pitkänen only in season 2014, where he was part of that CBR Brave run to the finals. Here's Armstrong, set to Webster, fires, it's off the pipe! I think Pitkänen might have got a little bit on that, but nevertheless it stayed out of the net and it remains 0-0. Fired up now across the ice. Here comes the speedy O'Kane. Evades one, doesn't evade Armstrong. Forced back to the half wall. Manages to chip this one up. And the Mustangs play fetch as Ferguson gets pretty well held there, but it comes down here to Humphries. Humphries looking for some real estate. Webster takes it away. Chipped up there by Cashier. Back now here to McMahon. Put back into the Melbourne Ice zone and picked up by Ferguson. Looking for an outlet, got McCoy on the point. He wants it, decides to take it himself. Webster harasses him. O'Kane comes and does likewise there to Webster. Humphries up the top of the face-off circle. Mustangs pressing here, looking for a shooting lane. O'Kane McCoy calling for it at the point. O'Kane throws one on. Pretty comfortable glove save for Mikey James. He holds on.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? It was almost like the Mustangs were on a bit of a power play and Melbourne Ice were watching them, and they can't afford to do that either. So you're in your end, you need to try to get control and not watch people like Pat O'Kane and give him too much time to have a think.
As Pat O'Kane, we first saw him skate in 2013. It's been that long in terms of his AIHL career. Gone that fast too, but plenty of highlights nonetheless. And also, obviously, the 2014 Goodall Cup would have to be the pinnacle. Here's Robertson now. Robertson will get hits there by Delsar, not before he got the puck away. Crow now turns this one over to Apps in his first AIHL game, making his debut. Congratulations there to Brad Apps, as he throws a hit there on the forecheck. Anderson trying to hit Fleming now. Fleming at the near side, down over the blue line. Fleming breaks in, tries to go give and go to Lawrence, and Lawrence just couldn't get control, and Delsar does. All the way back on his own blue line. He fires his cross ice. No one there but Mustangs jerseys, that being the orange, black and white of Andrew Erzen, formerly red, blue and white. And fires this back out to centre. Taken here by Marcus Wong, fresh on the bench. He gets hit there by Davies, and a good check there to get the attention of Marcus Wong. Sent out in front. Jones skates onto it now here for the Mustangs. Here comes Jones to the side. He shoots. Oh, that was just a couple of inches wide of the glove there of Mikey James. And the first good chance of the game there for the Mustangs. Hoddick gets checked there by Vyasov. Not before he can fling the puck there on Pitkinen. And Bellick sends it back the other way. Here's Jones looking up ice. Jones backhands this one up now here to Vyasov at centre. Muscled off it there by Chris Wong. Corbett down on one eye, don't want a knee on the ice. He turns the puck over now here to Damien Bright. Bellick to Vyasov. Thrown up ice, it's not going to be icing as it was touched there by a Melbourne Ice player. Wong fired up ice now here to Corbett in front of the penalty box. Vyasov in pursuit. Corbett just throws this one on Pitkinen's net. He just turns this one aside pretty comfortably. Armstrong relinquishes this one here to McCoy. Flipped over his head. Catch here. Moves this one up now here to Graham. Graham will look like he got tripped.
Yeah.
And he did indeed.
Going.
And the first power play of the game going towards the Melbourne Ice as Todd Graham copped the trip. It was Mitch Humphreys, the offender on that occasion. Former teammates, and power play coming to Melbourne Ice.
And there's no way Mitch meant to do that. You've watched the replay, you can see it, right? And bingo.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you talked a little bit about Delsar. An interesting thing, too, Sean Jones, same deal, okay?
Yeah.
Comes back, scores 4 goals, right? And he's on fire. And he actually almost had one just a few minutes ago, too. So it's good to see that he's in form and having a pretty good season.
9 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the
So Humphreys gets the gate there for tripping. Here's O'Kane. Webster. O'Kane avoids the check there of Graham. Done well on the forecheck there is Pat O'Kane as the official goes down. That's Grange Phillips. Webster jousting there with Ferguson deep in his own zone, and Armstrong to the rescue now here for the Melbourne Ice. Armstrong, a little chip up there, hit a Powell. Davies right on his case and forces him back into his own zone as Webster picks up the puck now here in the high slot. Webster slides this one up. Nice pass there to hit Powell. Relinquishes now here to Armstrong. Sends it in front, and Hoddick just couldn't connect. And Davies takes over now here for the Mustangs. 1:15 left on the power play here for the Ice. Davies, nice moves there through centre. Davies still got the puck, cuts to the outside, and has done well to eat off a good 10-15 seconds of this Melbourne Ice power play. Not before he's put into the glass. Oh, he's done well there to get out to Todd Graham, who's lost his stick in the process. Oh, and the net is off. Davies looks like he might have got one up high. And, well, he has a little thing to say to Todd Graham. And looks like we'll just have a face-off and nothing more out of that. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah. I think he just fell and Graham fell on him.
Yeah.
You know, a bit of an elbow, maybe.
Yeah.
That might have just been a little howdy-doody.
Well, welcome to the AIHL.
Exactly.
Welcome to the Melbourne Derby, Ben Davies. So, last weekend we had a full slate of Australian Ice Hockey League fixtures, and every team had 2 games. That actually hasn't happened for a while. I think it only happened twice last season.
Right.
So both teams also have 2 games this weekend. The Ice will be in action again tomorrow against the visiting Newcastle North Stars. The Mustangs the same on Sunday. This one sent up down the wing. Now here's Anderson now here for the Melbourne Ice. Anderson sends it back to the point. 41 seconds left on this power play here for the Ice. Lawrence trying to get it done. Anderson with a shot, and it's off the side of the net. And the rest dealt with there by Robertson, who rifled that one out of the zone and eats up a good 10-15 seconds. And the opportunity there for the Mustangs to change up their lines on this penalty kill. Delsar picks up the puck, leaves it there for Fleming. Bit of indecision there from the Ice as to who's going to get it. And the opportunity seized upon here by O'Kane. O'Kane on the outside, he shoots! Kick save there from James, who had to be sharp. As Pat O'Kane there was looking for the short-handed opportunity. Lawrence now to the outside. Lawrence forced wide there by McCoy. Lawrence into the corner, gets checked there by O'Kane. Fleming, as the penalty about to expire, as Humphries steps back on the ice, and we're back to even strength. The Melbourne Ice 0 for 1 on the power play so far this evening. Here's Fleming, fires one on net from traffic. It's loose. Pickinen prods at it with stick and glove and forces it away and into the waiting arms now here of Ferguson. Ferguson down the outside with Humphries, 2-on-2. McCoy also arriving. Ferguson sends it in front, and it was jammed at the side of the net and didn't get through. Ferguson's done pretty well here on the forecheck against Carpenter. But taken away by Humphries. Oh, nice touch there by O'Kane. Oh, and Ferguson could put the finishing touch. Oh, great into play here from the Mustangs. They've got the Ice hemmed in. Here's McCoy. Sends one in front. Nice tip from Humphries. James read it. And that will do it.
Well, that was a great shot from the blue line, and there wasn't really a lot on it, but it was low and through traffic, and there's no way James got a good look at that, and that's the kind of thing you want. Park someone in front of the net and let something like that go. Those three guys are pretty deadly, man, and they're certainly taking it to the ice.
Is waiting for Petri Pitkinen to make a adjustment to his equipment. Looks like it's helmet. But talk about Pat O'Kane, his 6th AIHL season, 214 points in 6 seasons. Already got 3 goals, 3 assists this year. And man, he is, I think in terms of the Mustangs, the epitome of consistency. Always delivers.
Well, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that you cheated and looked in my program, because there's a little page on him, and it actually has his stats for the entire time that he was there. And you know, I swear you read that, didn't you?
No, I did not, Rod.
So.
As the commentary cam is my witness. I would have liked to have got the program before, going to have a read, but anyway, we'll deal with that after the game. Not keeping me in the loop, man. First game back and you're already throwing me under the bus. as the face-off one there by the Ice. Kashia moves this one back. Graham on the check there of Humphries. Webster chips this one up right up to Bright. Got a clear shooting lane. Sends it across. Jones. What a save by James.
Big save.
Jones nearly opened the account there for the Mustangs. It's sent back to Power with a shot. Shoulder save there by Pickinen. Armstrong controls it. Send it through. Nice save again there by Pickinen. Danger on over to Ketchy with a shot. And that was kept out again by Pickinen. Wow, what frantic action at both ends here as far as the Ice and Mustangs are concerned. As that one flipped in by Davies, and the pressure taken down just a couple of notches here by the Melbourne Ice. Graham has played the off-season in Sweden with a couple of other Melbourne Ice players, others being Wong and former Ice player Jeremy Brown, who's not in the lineup this year. Cashier now. Moved down here to Graham. Try to look for Corbett there at the blue line. Didn't get through to him. Davies has done well to get to a loose puck. Wong lost an edge. And that's sent up now here to Corbett. Down the near side. Corbett sends one across. Caruana couldn't take the puck cleanly. It's moved up now here by Erzin. He sends it across now here to a waiting Jones, with Davies going towards the net. Davies, man! Best chance of the period there for the Mustangs. A great play there by Jones and Davies.
And a good setup by Erzin too.
Yeah, great vision there from Erzin on that breakout pass. As here's Marcus Wong. The pendulum tilted slightly in favour of the Mustangs at the moment, despite the scoreline being 0-0. That's going to be icing and a face-off to the right of Michael James.
Well. If you're a paying patron, you're getting your money's worth. What do you reckon?
Oh, indeed you are. It's really no team's been able to break the game open. We've got a penalty coming up out of this, I believe.
Mr. Erzin.
It's like Andrew Erzin's getting the gate trip. Okay, must have been on Chris Wong over here. I couldn't see anywhere else where that would have applied. Ferguson's asking the question here at centre ice. So another power play here to the Melbourne Ice. There's Andrew Erzin gone for tripping. 4:43 remaining here in this first period. Melbourne Ice already 0 for 1 tonight on the man advantage. This one roofed out now here to Fleming. Back now here to Anderson. Anderson patrols the face-off circle. Delsar sends it out now here to Crow. Back now here to Fleming. Now here to Anderson. Anderson fires a shot and right into the chest there of Petri Pitkin, who saw it all the way. We'll have a face-off.
He was right in the right place. There really wasn't much much opportunity on that, and that's exactly what you want. So keep him to the outside. Don't give him anything.
See there that shot of Anderson. We saw it with vengeance.
And he's the last guy that you want to leave alone, mate.
Indeed. As this one's sent behind the net. O'Kane chopped at the puck. And this opens the door there for McMahon to get the puck up now here to Ferguson. Ferguson almost got a takeaway there on Fleming. O'Kane's going to end up with it. He sends it back now, back to McMahon. He flings this one up ice and all the way over the goal line, and Crow's going to have to go back and get it here for the Ice. 1:15 remaining on the power play here for the Melbourne Ice. Here's Fleming down the near side. Fleming drops this one off here to Crow. Looking across now here for Lawrence. Lawrence now. Lawrence, Fleming with Anderson in the slot. One-time shot, they score! Well, top shelf. Crow gets the opening goal, and it's 1-0 Melbourne Ice.
Let's watch that one again, because that was one whale of a shot right in the top corner. There wasn't much that the Mustangs goaltender could do on that one.
We see here. Nice fake. Oh, man.
Great setup and a good one-timer.
An absolute bullet there from Crow. And the Melbourne Ice, well, they're off to the races here. Second goal of the year there for Devon Crow. And the first for the men in red, white and blue. See how the Mustangs respond to that. Here's Erzin now. Back now here to Humphreys. Gets run there by Carpenter. Puck chip pass now here to Chris Wong in his own zone. Wheels off. Ferguson in on the forecheck there for the Mustangs. Humphreys couldn't get to it. Corbett's got it now here for the Ice. Had it poked away from him. And O'Kane with speed, as we see so often. Back now here to Ferguson. Ferguson delays, shoots, and a 5-hole save there by Mikey James. He got the paddle down. The Mustangs looking to respond instantly. Hoddak, nice moves from him. Down the far side. Hoddak now slings one on net. Pretty well dealt with there by Pitkin as O'Kane pokes at it. Taken here by Erzin. 3 minutes remaining in period number 1. Melbourne Ice 1-0 up if you've just joined us. Humphreys down the near side. Kajir jousts with him. Mustangs fans want a penalty. They're going to get one. As Humphreys, not the offender on that occasion as he was in the first penalty of the game. And the Mustangs to the power play, and a pivotal one here at the end of this high stick. I think that just came up and caught Mitch Humphreys on the side of the helmet.
Well, 2:48. It's a good time to get a penalty. Well, it's a good time to be on a power play, not a good time to get a penalty. So Mustangs need to take advantage of this, be sensible, take their time, set it up, get a good shot off.
Now here's Vyasov. Vyasov trying to draw a couple of Ice players to him. Humphreys sent that one across and just couldn't connect. Here's Jones now. Vyasov. Vyasov now with McMahon. Vyasov holds onto it now to McMahon. Broaches in, sends it down low to Jones. Went through his skates and is able to hold onto the puck as far as the Mustangs are concerned with the possession. McDowell fires through traffic. James saw it all the way. He covers.
That's too bad with Sean, because he was right off to the side and it was the right thing to do. He had his eyes on everybody and he just didn't get control of that puck.
And Max showing pretty faith in Brad Apps, putting him out there on the power play in his first AIHL game.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
As Ferguson going to take this draw against Matt Armstrong. And Armstrong comes out the victor. Graham leans into that clearance. Robertson got it there at the center red line and picks it up now here for the Mustangs. 1:18 remaining on the power play here for the Mustangs, their first of the game. Ferguson over the blue line. Ferguson delays, turns it off to O'Kane, top of the circle, shoots! And James with a flashing the glove, and he holds on.
He's playing well. He's made a couple really good saves, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. That was a good glove save off a quick shot.
Seems like he's seeing the puck really well so far. think the Mustangs may look that they have to create more traffic in front of Mike.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Goes back to that little shot that I was saying before. You get a little bit of traffic off a shot like that, and anything can happen.
So back now here to Davies for the Mustangs. Just pulls up. Robertson calls for it at the point. Davies got O'Kane on offer in the slot. Humphries behind the net. Ferguson has to hold on to it despite the pressure there of Carpenter. Ferguson now looking for a lane. Hasn't got one. Got one now. Shoots. And again, another glove saved by James. 2 in about 20 seconds.
But that wasn't bad either, because he was allowed to cut across the slot. He had someone in front, and it was a low shot, and James makes a good save. So you just got to get in front of him so he can't see that.
So as we approach the closing stages of period number 1, 95 seconds remaining to be exact. We'll have take 2 of that face-off after Fleming jumped. No one kicked out so far. Ferguson wins the face-off. Anderson wins the remainder. And he picks it up now here for the Melbourne Ice and roofs this one in on Petri Pikkanen, forced into a save. 38 seconds remaining on the penalty to Nathan Kachir. And the Mustangs assemble in their own zone. Ferguson's pass was tipped. Davies, though, managed to get it. But he'll have to start the momentum again now here for the Mustangs. Decides he'll start it himself. He's pursued there by Fleming. Mustangs here to O'Kane. Here's Davies, side of the net. Oh, was poked away at the crucial moment. And a good build-up there, cancelled out by the Melbourne Ice defence. 1 minute remaining in period number 1 of Melbourne Derby number 1 for season 2018. Robertson has the puck now here for the Mustangs. 6 seconds remaining. That'll pretty much do it here for this power play for the Mustangs. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson still got it. Ferguson, top of the slot, thought about the shot. Here's O'Kane with a shot, and that was blocked up high. And that will do it. End of the power play. Mustangs 0-1 this evening. Here's Humphries at the side of the net. Tried to jam that on James, and he had the paddle down. And Armstrong gets the puck through now here to Kachir, straight out of the box and into the action. Powell in on the forecheck here for the Ice. McMahon fires this one off the boards. Davies starts out now here for the Mustangs. Webster on the forecheck there for the Ice. It's fired up, went through between the legs fortuitously there for Ferguson. And that's going to be offside as Davies was just half a metre on the wrong side of the blue paint. But we've got a penalty now. Tommy Powell's going for holding.
Oh. That was probably unnecessary and not the thing that you want to do.
So you see there he's tied up there with Brett Ferguson on, the far side boards.
So was it intentional or was it just one of those things?
Well, I don't know. I honestly couldn't make much of that, to be honest. So straight back to the PK, go to the Melbourne Ice, and straight back to the PP, go the Mustangs. They're 0 for 1. They get a chance to be 1 for 2. With 13 seconds remaining, they might be able to get 1 or 2 shots off. Here's Jones digging at it behind the net with Carpenter. Carpenter doing well to eat it up. Here with time expiring in the first as Vyasov tries to get some space. It's chopped out. And that just missed the stick of Apps. And that will do it for period number 1. It's the Melbourne Ice 1, the Mustangs 0. And the sole goal goes to Devon Crowe of the Melbourne Ice. Your thoughts, Rod?
Wow, what a goal that was, man. I mean, you know, a lot of people try to do one-timers. That was a great setup, and he was open again, okay? Everyone's watching, and they're not watching him. You can't watch everybody, but what a great shot that was. I think that Mustangs are very lucky that they got this penalty. They only wasted about 18 seconds of it, and they get to start the period on the power play. So you couldn't ask for much better than that. It's anyone's period. I would think that you'd agree with that.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, Michael James, you know, was electric at the other end.
He's played well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're Melbourne Ice's coach, you'd be pretty happy about that because he was solid. He made some good saves, right? Can't ask for anything more than that.
So to wrap things up here at the end of the first in Melbourne Derby number 1 for season 2018, it's the Melbourne Ice 1, the Melbourne Mustangs nothing. We'll be back with a second period of play right after this.
Let's give these guys a round of applause and some encouragement.
And welcome back here to the O'Brien Group Arena. This first Melbourne Derby of season 2018, where the Melbourne Ice have one goal over the Melbourne Mustangs after one period of hockey. That coming thanks to Devon Crowe and on the power play. And Rod, your thoughts coming into this second period?
Well, I think it's set up perfectly for the Mustangs. They need to capitalize on this power play, so they've got a minute and a half to do something. And now's the time to get the score even again. So let's see what goes.
As this one picked up now here by Ben Davies, leaves this back behind for Ferguson. Starts out down the far side, goes through centre. Got O'Kane out with him as well as Humphries. Here's Ferguson to the outside. Still got the puck. Sends it in front. A shot from Robertson. Didn't get all of it, but he holds onto the puck here in the corner. Sends it behind the net now here to Humphries, setting up shop. Humphries to Davies, down at the point. Got a bouncing puck to settle down. Here's Humphries again. Jabbed at there by the goal scorer Crowe. Davies, puck at his feet. Lawrence on his case. Davies still got the puck. Sends it across, a little bit too much on that as Ferguson couldn't control it. Sends it back to the point. Robertson did well to hold that puck in and evade a checker of the Melbourne Ice. Here's Ferguson now. Ferguson, Davies, just couldn't get a clean touch. And, well, backhands that one on net. And, well, that chance went begging there for the Mustangs. Side of the net. Ferguson looking for yet another chance. And picked up now here by Anderson. Anderson starts through centre. Tries to slip that one through to Lawrence. He gets hip checked to the ice. There intelligently by Troy Robertson. And the Mustangs, 23 seconds left on this man advantage. Down the far side comes Davies with O'Kane and Humphries. Davies still got the puck. Davies looking for an outlet. Sends it in front across here to Ferguson. Sends it in net. Oh, and it's kept out there by James inside of the net. They scramble. And, well, referee, the net's just come off. I don't think the referee's seen it. Play continues. Here's Humphries now. McMahon charges in, fires, it's loose. Oh, and James kept it out. Ferguson, turnaround shot, no one home there for the Mustangs. And the Ice kill off their second penalty of the game. Mustangs 0 for 2 tonight on the power play. As Graham pokes at the puck, gets it now here to Tommy Powell. Powell, Anderson over the blue line. Anderson now still got the puck. Anderson to the slot, just slid off his stick. Graham with a one-time shot. And O'Kane had to duck as that puck went behind the net. Anderson, 12:48 remaining in period number 2. No change to the scoreline. Slung in behind the net, intercepted here by Graham. Graham Jones to deal with. Got a check there courtesy of Vadim Vyasov. Jones throws the body as well. Comes across now here to Stringer. Stringer tosses the turnover. Here's Jones in front of the net. Vyasov was tied up there by Powell. Couldn't get his stick on it. Webster left the puck behind. Stringer sends it across to Jones. Here's Jones. He shoots into the glove of Michael James for the second time this evening. And he will get a whistle.
Well, let me tell you, on that power play, there were numerous opportunities. And I actually thought Troy Robertson played well. He read the play, came into the high slot, tried to get a shot off. It didn't come off, but he managed to keep the puck in and work it around. So he did a couple really good things. And I think that at the end of the day, it was inches away from going in on numerous occasions. So they didn't capitalize, but they're pretty powerful.
12:20 remaining. As we mentioned, the North Stars in town this weekend. They'll play the Melbourne Ice tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Eastern, and the Melbourne Mustangs, 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Time on Sunday on Mother's Day. So don't forget to tune in for those games. We're bringing you both of those live here from the O'Brien Group Arena. Here's Apps. Joust there with Webster. Webster comes up with the puck, sends it in front. Armstrong. Well, he turned that one over. Probably should have shot that one. But the Mustangs get a reprieve. Here's Apps. He gets checked into the glass there by Marcus Wong. Powell comes away with the puck and sends it across to Carpenter. Carpenter gets checked there. Bellick, a bit of a lapse in concentration's opened the door here for the Ice. Here's Powell, he shoots. Oh, it's loose at the side of the net. A sprawling Damien Bright.
And a penalty.
Being the difference, and yeah, quite correct. A penalty coming up against the Mustangs. Not sure who that was called on.
Well. Isn't that interesting again? Like, maybe a bit too cute, okay? Because they could have taken a shot, but he chose not to take the shot and try to get a little bit cute, and that gave the Mustangs just a little bit of time to pick it back up again. Same thing earlier on in that play. A little bit too cute.
Well, Damien Bright atoned for his penalty with that goal line save, but they're going to be on the wrong side of it. man advantage here are the Melbourne Mustangs. This one sent down here to Cassian Delsa. Delsa kicks it back out now to Crow. Got the lone goal in this game. Fleming touches it across now here to Lawrence. Just evaded his stick. The Ice keep the play alive. The puck in the half wall. Look who's available at the back door. There was Crow looking for his second goal. He's got the puck now. Spent last Northern Hemisphere season with Landshut SV in the German 3rd Division. This one shot out by Robertson and in over the goal line. Former Ohio State Buckeye also is Devon Crow, so top pedigree. This one sent across now. Fleming to Anderson. Anderson down the near side, over the blue line. Anderson just pulls up, had Michael McMahon in his way. Still got the puck though, has Anderson. Sent across, poked at there by Fleming. Crow now. Down low to Delsa. Delsa, oh, looking for Lawrence in front of the net. And a stick there of Troy Robertson being the difference. Sent across, a shot, oh, they score! Guess who? Devon Crow, he's got 2, and so do the Melbourne Ice on the power play.
And guess what? He was open again, and I pointed that out to you about 10 seconds before that he was open off to the side. Everyone's watching the puck, and they're not watching him, and he set up for that one-timer that didn't come off the first time, but he was right there wide open again, so you got to watch that guy in behind you. Look there. See you later, dude.
So Devon Crow with his 3rd goal of season 2018, the 2nd this evening for himself and his club. And the Melbourne Ice lead this game 2-0. Both of those goals coming from Devon Crow on the power play. 2 for 3 this evening. The Melbourne Ice. Here's Hoddick now. Chipped in deep. As Corbett looking for the puck. Carpenter. Pressed there by McMahon. McCoy. The momentum seems to be with the Melbourne Ice here in this last couple of minutes. This one chipped up. Jones can't handle it. All the way back now here to Carpenter. Wong has to go and retrieve the puck. Sent up by his brother Marcus. As McCoy retreats now here for the Mustangs, and they try and build from the back. Well, not with passes like that. Vyasov had it in his skates and had to throw it away. Wong gets to it first, but that's some good assistance there from McCoy. Gives it back now here to Vyasov with McMahon. Vyasov decides to go it alone and almost causes another turnover. Marcus Wong's going to go back now here for the Ice with 9:28 remaining in period number 2. Here's Carpenter. Carpenter slings it across. McCoy tried to pick this one off. 2-on-1 developing here for the Ice. Here's Armstrong. Sends it across. He scores! 3-0 Melbourne Ice. Matt Armstrong upstairs.
Yeah.
And just like that, the Mustangs in a 3-0 hole.
That was a bit of a replica shot like Coe's, except that he had the puck. It wasn't a one-timer, but exactly the same spot, top corner. Bingo. So Pickinen's looking to the other guy to see if he's going to come across ice. And Matty holds on to it and lets a great shot go, top corner. And it's in.
2nd goal of the season for Matt Armstrong. He moves to 3 points on the year, and he's just recently returned from Tilburg in the Netherlands as part of the Mighty Roos. His first year representing the green and gold. Led all Mighty Roos players with 2 goals and 6 assists, and he's got 2 goals on the year for the AIHL's Melbourne Ice. As O'Kane takes over now here for the Mustangs. What can he muster now? The Mustangs have got to score next to keep pace with Melbourne Ice and not let them run away with the momentum. Here's Humphreys. Back now here to Ferguson. He's got some space. Ferguson shoots. Oh, he hit iron. And almost a reply there from the Mustangs coming from Brett Ferguson. Denied there by the uprights. Here's Ferguson again. Dug at there by 2 and 3, that being Webster and Graham. Slung out now here to Armstrong. Armstrong denied there by former teammate Erzin. Chipped past, but all the way back to Robertson in his own zone. And the Mustangs take formation. Here's Ferguson with Humphreys. Ferguson digs at it, gets over the blue line. Ferguson still got it. Here's Ferguson. Thought about going to O'Kane, but decided to play it into the corner. Robertson, oh, good vision to spot O'Kane to the back door. He shoots. Oh, came off. I think that came off the skate there of Kasha and stayed out. Well, Ice won a penalty, nothing forthcoming. But that had beaten Petri Pitkin, and I'm Nathan Cash's skates was the difference. I'd like to see that on the replay if we get a chance of the next stoppage. Here's Robertson, intercepted there by Anderson, and all the way back out now here to Crow, who's got it now here for the Melbourne Ice. Crow sends it across now here to Anderson, try to slip it through to Lawrence. Apps, well, his pass went astray. Lawrence, oh, nice play there to spot Delsar streaming in and just couldn't connect. Back now, shot from Fleming, and Pitkanen. Looks like he got a little bit of a stick there from Lawrence, and play is stopped.
And that was a great play. And again, somebody with a lesser talent would have just taken the shot, but Lawrence saw Delsar coming across and fed that pass perfectly, and Pitkanen got a good save on it. So, great play.
We talked about there Dylan Lawrence, 5 goals and 7 assists, leading all Melbourne Ice players.
And he's got wheels, he's got a shot, and he's a smart player. You just saw that.
Yeah, it's going to be a threat all year for the Melbourne Ice. As the puck is dropped, here's Anderson. Delsar now takes over. Delsar's tried to slip that one through. Lawrence turnaround shot, good save, Pitkanen. And McDowell comes away with the puck now here for the Mustangs. That's swatted out of the air by Lawrence. High stick there and blown dead at centre. And we'll have a face-off at centre ice.
You know, the interesting thing, it's 3-0, but really in the scheme of things, the Mustangs, like at the start of the period, they had, here we go, Nicholas. Come on, Ice, show who's the big brother in Melbourne. Well, Nicholas, so far, they're doing a good job of that at 3-0.
Nick Dahlberg obviously won the Goodall Cup with the Melbourne Ice last year. And don't forget, you can get your tweet on the screen with the hashtag AIHL Game Day.
And use big words to see if they can, trip us up.
And that icing was cancelled out despite, was waived, not off, because Davies was almost going to get there. And that's a double negative, and I'm butchering the English language at the moment. Now back to, you were talking just...
Well, what I was going to say is that in the scheme of things, at the start of the period, Mustangs had a power play. They had momentum, and they've actually had momentum through this. They just unfortunately not watched their back door and end up down 2, and the next thing you know, they're down 3. So they need to pick it back up again and take it back to the ice.
Quite correct. Here's Michael McMahon tied up there by Scott Corbett. The puck picked up now here by young Sam Hoddick. Cycles it back now looking for Corbett, but he was dealt with, and here's Davies for the Mustangs. Davies with McDowell, goes to him now. McDowell fires one. Oh, and that was just wide of the glove of Michael James. And probably the best chance of the period so far for the Mustangs. Hoddick now. It's trying to look there for Wong. The trailer is Corbett. A shot and a save by Pitkanen. And he takes it in the glove. And well, we got extras here in the corner as Corbett has a few words to say there to Brendan McDowell and Ben Davies. And it looks like Chris Wong's in there as well.
Chris Wong's in there too. Looks like Mr. Wong is he going or no?
Well, see if there's any penalties called out of this one. I would have suspected it would be coincidentals, if anything. But it is the build-up.
So watch Hoddick and watch the trailer. Boom.
And there was just a little bit extra in the off in the corner of his shot just here. Yeah, Scott Corbett. Oh, he had a whack there at Brendan McDowell. And then everyone else came in. But, well, referees put the whistle away.
And I think there's a little bit of history there, too, because Mr. Corbett is an ex-Mustang as well.
He is indeed. As this one chopped at Stringer. Jones flings this one out of the zone, and Cash is going to go back now here for the ice and pick it up with 6:23 remaining. Graham, well, his pass was to no one. That's going to be icing unless Tommy Powell. No, he can't beat Troy Robertson. And they have a little friendly conversation over there. I'm sure it's the two gentlemen age. Who's the quicker?
Pete Lambert. That Melbourne Ice power play is deadly. Mustangs hockey have let the cat out of the bag tonight. Well, Pete, there it is deadly, but you know what? You got to watch behind you all the time, and you can't let guys like Crow stand there wide open and get pot shots at you.
Of course, Peter Lambert's Newcastle North Stars in town this weekend. Saw a couple of North Stars fans that have made the journey early, just outside this afternoon. And props to them for getting in 3 games this weekend. Here's Vyasov now. Vyasov fires one across. It's loose in front. Oh, Jones couldn't get the rebound. And the Mustangs with another chance going begging. Robertson camped at the blue line with the puck's in the corner. Vyasov fishing for it. Here's Jones now. Jones Nice play to get that through to Vyasov. Vyasov, not much real estate to deal with there. As it's sent back to the point. Here's Erzin. Nice play to get it back now here to Vyasov under pressure. Vyasov slips it through. Jones. Almost a power play feel here to this attack from the Mustangs as Vyasov is ridden into the ice there by Kasha. It's held on to, though, by the Mustangs as Graham has to go to work here. Jones touches it, looking there for Vyasov. They've turned it over, and Webster skates it out now here for the ice to Armstrong. Armstrong, oh, he was knocked over there by Erzin. Fans want a penalty for tripping. Play continues.
I don't think it was a trip, dude.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see from another angle if it was the legs or the hip.
It was a bit of a dusted rear end, I think.
Here's Ferguson now. He shoots, drives the net, and Mikey James comes out and snuffs that out.
James is playing very well. It'd be interesting to see that little play with Erzin again, because it looked like a dusted rear end. Like I said, he just got a piece of him.
Oh, this is the drive here earlier. And there's Sean Jones with a half-open net. And here's the chip check. Yeah, it looks like he got him. Nami did well to get straight back up and dust that one off. So here's Ferguson. He wins the draw, but it goes the way to Devon Crowe. Fleming trying to chip it out now here to Delsar. He slings one across, looking there for Crowe. Fired back by Michael McMahon. Right on the stick of Lawrence into the high slot. Lawrence tried to slip that through to Fleming, who had come in. And Delsar tries to keep the play alive. He's beaten there by O'Kane on the near side. 2-on-1 now here for the Mustangs with Humphries. O'Kane, the spinorama, here to Ferguson. It's dropped back now here to McCoy with a shot, and it went over the crossbar and out of danger as far as the Melbourne Ice are concerned. The Mustangs still have control of the puck. Here's Humphries with a shot, and James with a pretty comfortable save that he holds on.
Well, you know, Paddy did a really good job there, okay? He knew he wasn't going to beat the guy, so he did a spin around, and he looked for the trailer coming in, and you can't afford to let stuff like that go. Rachel Dannerfield, 3 goals down the second, Mustangs for the Mustangs. Well, Rachel, I'll kiss your top of your head when I see you again next time, and it'll be 3-all.
Well, awkward is the key word there, that being producer Daniel Selinsky's girlfriend. We'll address that later. Here's a quick one-time shot, and a save by James off the stick of McDowell. And, yeah. I'll let you guys work that one out after the game. I'm just going to give it to Colonel Schultz. I know nothing.
I see nothing.
I see nothing. Both. So Davies going to take this draw against Corbett. As the puck comes now here to Carpenter for the ice. Picked up now here by Chris Wong. Circles back into his own zone. Player without their stick. And I think that was Tommy Powell, but he retreated back to the bench to quickly get another one. Looks like it's broken there at the blade. As well, nice job there by Chris Wong to pick the pocket of Bellick. Here's Wong now. Shoots. Good save, picking it. Got enough of it and turned it wide. Here's Wong now. That being Marcus. 3:54 remaining in period number 2. The 3-goal deficit in favour of the Melbourne Ice. Icing is the goal. We'll have a face-off.
So you know you're talking about your English and things like that,
yeah,
and your words and all that jazz. So you know how you do those little saying things. Nicholas is back again. If my old partner in crime, Mr. Wong, scores, I'll run naked through the Trana City tonight for sure. Well, Nicholas, actually, Mr. Wong had a couple of really good tries against Adelaide, and he may just make you run naked through the streets of Sweden, dude.
Well, he is Swedish, and it is after 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, so I think we are MA rated, so I think that'll fly on this
And where's
show.
Andrews? Because you could be chucking pickled herrings at people as you're running naked through the streets, too.
Oh, that's a vision I don't really want to have. Here's Carpenter. I'm sure Anders will remind us later. Here's Hoddick. Fished it out. Now here to Erzin. Slips this one back now here to Humphries with O'Kane in the slot. Humphries. Marcus Wong taking the angle away. Slid through, but blocked on the way. Robertson trying to dig at it. Back to O'Kane now here for the Mustangs. And now to Humphries. He slings it across. One-timer from Erzin, and that was about a metre wide. It's loose in front. Humphries looking for the rebound. O'Kane gets to it. Puts it into the corner. Humphries going to go in there on the forecheck there against Chris Wong with O'Kane. And the puck comes back out to the center ice area. Robertson gets there and gets it to his defensive partner on this line, Andrew Erzin. Picked up by Ferguson. He's onside and he's off to the races. Ferguson's in. He shoots and scores! Oh my! What a reply there from Brett Ferguson. It's 3-1.
So watch the play, okay? It all starts at the blue line. Ferguson picks the puck up. The defenseman had him, but he's watching the puck and not the player. Ferguson Ferguson makes a nice move, gets around, and I believe that went off the post and in. Here we go. Congestion. Hey, move. See you later, dude. And, well, that was a great little goal.
I'd have to say he's thrown his hat in for AHL goal of the season already. Has Brett Ferguson, his third of the season. 9 points for the year. He's got his first for his teams this afternoon. This evening, still running on Central Time. But that was one of the goals of the year so far to Brett Ferguson. And the Mustangs now within 2. And a bit of momentum here for the men in orange. Here's Kasha. Sends it across now here to Graham. Picked up now here by Powell with Webster. The old sparring partners on the attack. But they've coughed the puck up, and here's McCoy now. McCoy slings it. McDowell was trying to jump over the puck, thinking Davies was right there, but it was a Melbourne Ice player. Webster now here to Powell. Powell's in behind. He shoots, and that was tipped and up into the netting. And we'll have a whistle.
So, Mr. Powell, what do you think? I think he's having a pretty good game, and he's another one of the guys that Mustangs got to watch out for because he's smart with the puck. He looks for the trailer,
yep.
And he can get a pretty good shot off when he wants to.
Yeah. 3 assists on the year for Tommy Powell already. And he had a great tournament over in the Netherlands. He was one of the 2 goal scorers against the Netherlands. Scored the last one with about 111 seconds remaining against the Dutch. And here's Robertson now. Back to Humphries. Slaps it across to O'Kane. O'Kane elects to let it go off the boards and sends it in now on the dumping. Fleming beating Humphries to it. But the Mustangs keep the play alive there through Erzin. Delsar had it in his skates. Humphries tried to poke check it away from him. Erzin, well, tried to bat it onside, but just couldn't in the end. And the Mustangs will have to clear the blue line. Over the way, now here to Crow. We talked about 2 goals already this evening. Now here to Lawrence. Lawrence, nice play. Oh, I thought Delsar did enough there.
I don't know if it was Delsar. I actually think it was...
Fleming.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at this on the replay. Here's the pass from Crow.
No, hard to say.
Yeah, that's a close one. We'll have to get the coach's challenge out for that one, I think.
I might have to get my high-powered glasses on for that.
1:52 remaining. As this one set. Oh, in behind is Lawrence, a shot. Oh, Pickett made the save, the rebound. Kicked out, but the Mustangs clear the danger. And Davies, a 3-on-2 now here for the Mustangs the other way. Here's Davies. Davies into the high slot. Davies still got it. Oh, held on to it maybe just a little too long. Now, he had everyone beat, but then had a couple of players in front as a result of that. And, well, the Mustangs come up with it through Jones. Delsar puts it back in over the blue line. McMahon does some good work there to patrol said blue line, but his partner McCoy blows a tyre, but his manages to recover. He's going to blame his old man, Ken McCoy, the ice tech here at the Bryant Group Arena after the game. Here's Vyasov.
Chintzy on that spot of the ice.
Here's Crow now. Just over a minute remaining in period number 2. 3-1 the score. Corbett now tries to pick the puck up. Stolen there by Vyasov. Chips it through here to Jones, who backhands it the rest of the way. As Davies now. Fleming almost had his pocket picked. Ferguson in on the forecheck, lurking there for the Mustangs. 2-on-2 the other way come the ice. Corbett skates around McCoy. Corbett still got the puck. Backhands it in front. Went off the skate there of Hoddick. And he's going to have to go it alone here for the time being. He throws a pretty stiff check there on Brett Ferguson behind the net. And the Mustangs skate out now through said Ferguson. Here's 34 seconds remaining. Ferguson looking for goal number 2. Ferguson, side angle. Good job there from Marcus Wong to cancel him out. But Ferguson still got the puck. Looks for a pass back to the point. McCoy slings one. It was deflected, gloved down there, and picked up by the ice and flipped out there by Hoddick. But back to McCoy. And, well, his teammate was offside at the change. And Mitch Humphries a little upset about that, but the correct call was made, and we'll have a whistle.
So, getting back to what I was saying about your command of the English language.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're so lucky. Nick Flaherty. Sorry, Rod, couldn't get to the game tonight, so no trice pepper for you. Dude, I'm actually devastated because I'm addicted to those now. I think you should send me a bag in the mail.
What the hell is that?
Oh, they're Finnish candies. They're fantastic.
Okay, well, obviously better than pickled herrings. Here's Graham, picked up by O'Kane, unless it's fish flavoured. Here's Robertson now going back to centre ice, and that will do it here for period number 2. great period of hockey, as was the first. It is 3-1 in favour of the Melbourne Ice. And Rod, your thoughts on that period?
Well, it's an interesting period, isn't it? I thought that the Mustangs, because they were on a power play, came out with a bit of momentum, and they did everything except score. And then all of a sudden, they get a penalty, and they let Melbourne leave a guy wide open, and Crow puts the second goal in. And then Matty comes along and puts the third one in, and it takes a little bit of a fluff out of their firepower. So they had to regroup, and they slowly did that and got back into the period. And they managed to score a beautiful goal to make it 3-1. So I'm not disappointed, but I'm certainly not satisfied that they played well for the whole period. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. You know very well that the next goal is going to be a big one.
Indeed it will be. And talking about goal scorers, Devon Crow with 2, Armstrong with 1 for the Ice, and the reply from the Mustangs coming via Brett Ferguson, one of the goals of the season so far. It finishes 3-1 here after 2. We'll be back with a third shortly. Don't go away. And welcome back to the O'Brien Group Arena for period number 3 of the Melbourne Ice and Melbourne Mustangs. And his first Melbourne Derby for season 2018. Currently 2 goals to the favour in the team in red, white and blue. Armstrong with 1, Devon Crowe with 2, and Brett Ferguson with a lone goal for the Mustangs. As Humphries chops this one into the zone here for the Mustangs. Picked up there by Kasher. Over the stick of O'Kane. Nice through the legs pass there by Powell. Long-range shot by Webster. Pitkin turns it aside pretty comfortably. Webster keeps the play alive. It's picked up now here by Powell. Powell to the top of the circle. Powell moving in. Slides it across. Oh, hit the pipe and stayed out. I don't know how, but it stayed out. I think that was Delsar there at the back door. But less than 30 seconds into the period, and the Melbourne Ice threatening already. Here's Humphries. Humphries picks the puck up at the other end. Gets pushed into the glass there by Crowe. Looks like he got a high stick over the helmet there incidentally. Play continues. Here's Graham now. Graham fires one up ice. Powell, that was close as
well.
Offside and all the way back to the other end for an offside pass face-off.
So when you look at the firepower that Mustangs had out on the ice, Lewis Parker, I hope the Mustangs recover better than my Predators NHL did today. Well, I hope they do too, Lewis. So I was just going to say there is the Mustangs had a lot of firepower out on the ice, and yet they got caught out a couple times there, and they can't afford to do that. They can't afford to leave people like Mr. Powell wide open on a stretch pass and things like that.
And talking NHL, the Jets into the conference final against the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think anyone called that at the start of the year. A big hit there by Erzin on Delsar. Here's Delsar now. Muscling up the puck. Back now here to Anderson. Slips it by to Fleming. His shot was blocked up by a great save from Pitkin. And thereby off the stick of Lawrence. And Petri Pitkin coming up big. Lawrence now left the puck behind. Prodded at there by Davies. He's going to get bite number 2, but he relinquishes it there to Delsar, who got it across here to Anderson. Pulls up just on the right side of the blue line. And it's gone into the opposite corner. As the puck just trickles out off the stick of Lawrence. Anderson had his pocket picked here by Erzin. Erzin goes through center over the blue line. Erzin, too much congestion there for him to get through. McDowell picks up a loose puck. Hits Davies on the return and he scores! What a goal there for the Mustangs. And just like that, it's 3-2.
Well, isn't it funny? Because really, Melbourne Ice had all the momentum, right? Andrew Erzin picks the puck up, has a little bit of a go. There's a bobble, and Davies picks the puck up, and the next thing you know, it's in the net, and it's 3-2.
Wow, what a backhand shot there from Davies.
That was great, okay? But really, it was a nothing play that ended up being a goal.
And that's Davies' first goal as a Mustang. His first for the evening, the second for the Melbourne Mustangs. They now trail by 1. It's 3-2 with 18-12 remaining here in period number 3. And it's game on again. Here's Carpenter. Slings it across here to Marcus Wong. He gets run there by Stringer. The puck comes down now here to Chris Wong with Hoddick. Left the puck behind, no problem for Corbett. He shoots, and a good save there from Pitkin and didn't know where it was. Ends up behind the net. McMahon and Vyasov digging at a loose puck. And Vyasov manages to force it out now up to the half wall. Kept alive there by Marcus Wong, but it dribbles out now here to McMahon, who puts it across here to Jones, trying to hit Vyasov there at center ice. Did enough to cancel out the icing. And Wong's going to go back now here for the Melbourne Ice. Wong with his brother Chris, and now over to Matt Armstrong, who has 1 goal tonight so far, and he's just conceded an icing. And there'll be a face-off to the left of Mikey James with 2.5 gone here in this third period.
So, you know, it's a funny thing. All the momentum's carried to one end, and then there's a bounce on a play that really should be nothing. And the next thing you know, it's 3-2. And, well, 17 minutes left, and it's anyone's game, isn't it? And I said to you that next goal would be a big deal, and it is a big deal.
Erzin, a shot. Oh, that's in! Took a deflection on the way through, the shot from Erzin, and just as you were calling it, Rod Johns, 3-all.
And look at this one through traffic too, so I wonder if James got a good look at it. And that's what I'm saying to you. When a guy's playing hot, get in front of him so he can't see what's going on and let a shot go. So look at the traffic in front of him.
I think that came off O'Kane's stick by the look of it.
I think he did. He was very excited when the puck went in.
So it looks like O'Kane got the tip, and we'll see who the scorers award the goal to and who claims it in the dressing room after the game. Oh, and well, for the time being, I'm going to give that to Pat O'Kane. That's his 4th goal of the year, and he's got the puck now. O'Kane, Humphries, and it indeed is awarded to O'Kane. And it's a 3-3 game as Humphries' shot is saved there by James. The Mustangs sniffing here early in the second. Webster pursued there by 2 Mustangs players, forcing it out now here to Armstrong. Muscles Humphries off it. McCoy chips it right back, but Graham got the puck at centre. Ferguson tried to come away with it. Armstrong does, though. Here's back to Webster, his teammate. Good save there from Pitkin, stretching the blocker out to deny Liam Webster. Flung across the ice, flung right back there by Kasha, and it ends up back with him, and he puts it across now here to Webster at the opposite face-off circle. Webster back now here to Kasha, pursued there by Michael McMahon. It's chipped down deep, and McMahon goes in there against Cass Delsar. Manages to backhand this one out to his defensive compatriot Damien Bright. Ferguson prods at the puck, can't get it off his opposite number, Lawrence. Anderson just stays on the right side of the blue paint. Anderson pulls up, looks for Crow at the blue line, thought against it, puts it down there here to Delsar behind it. Delsar puts it in front, looking for Lawrence. The puck took a deflection, and the Mustangs 18, Ferguson puts it out to centre, but turns it over straight away. And McMahon to the rescue now here for the Mustangs. 15:54 to go in the 3rd period. It's all even at 3 apiece. Here's Anderson on the far side. McMahon forced him into the glass. Anderson backhands one on net. Oh, comes out the back door. And, well, an errant pass ended up on the stick there of Fleming. And the Mustangs get a reprieve there. Here's Davies. We got the 2nd goal of the game. Couple of ice players collide. Davies drives to that. Davies shoot. Oh, what a save by James. Loses his lid. And the referee will call a halt to proceedings.
That was a good play. A lot of hustle by Davies, and then a good save at the end by James. But isn't it interesting now? 3-all, and who would have thought that?
You saw the collision there between Delsar and Crow.
Yep.
And well, you'd have to give Fleming some credit there for putting enough pressure on Davies, but Mikey James comes up big.
I don't think Davies like that, but in the scheme of things, what I always say, dude, this is hockey, not knitting.
Well, you could have had me fooled. Rod knits just when the camera goes off here in the commentary box, just for those of you at home.
Stress relief, brother.
Does a pretty good woolen jumper. So 15:32 to go. As the draw one now here by the Mustangs. Erzin tried to keep it onside, lost his balance in the end. Robertson, as you can see, Corbett just lurking there at the blue line. That's going to be icing, and we'll have a face-off.
Oh, look at that.
He's just put it under the table, fans.
Check the hat, dude. I'm loving it, man.
Well, if you have a problem with the level crossings here in Victoria, any delays, direct your inquiries to Rod Johns if you're on the Dandenong or Frankston line. Here's Robertson. Here's Vyasov as Wong throws the muscle there. Hoddick flicks it right back out, just on the right side of the goal line, so the center red line, so there's not going to be icing. Robertson, Erzin backhands this one out, looking there for Stringer. Erzin did well, passes out, looking now here for Jones down the near side. Got 2 Melbourne Ice players in front of him, one of them's Carpenter. Did well enough to force the puck near the bench. And Jones, well, jousting there with Carpenter as Hoddick comes in as well, but Carpenter comes away with the puck, and Wong has it now here for the Melbourne Ice. Nice pass there, looking for Lawrence. Intercepted here by O'Kane. He shoots! And just wide of Mikey James's net. And Jones just a step behind. It throws a pretty nice hit there on Carpenter. As the Mustangs hold on to it, a shot through, and McCoy's shot was about 2 meters wide, but he was looking for a tip. Here's Vyasov. Just evades the checker Dylan Lawrence for a second, but Lawrence got him on the second go. Jones now. 2v3 there in that scrum in the corner. O'Kane chips it into the corner now. Vyasov doing well to protect the puck. Vyasov, well, good job from Marcus Wong to pick his pocket eventually. And the puck forced back out there, hit at Jack McCoy. Fires one on net through a screen, and Vyasov just couldn't get the lumber on it. Poked out now here to center. Here's Anderson now for the ice. Anderson cuts through. Got checked there by McCoy. It spills back through to Anderson, regain his balance. Anderson digging at it, but a good job there from McMahon to sweep up for the Mustangs and get it through to Humphries. 3-on-2 the other way. Here's O'Kane. Ferguson calling for it as the trailer, and Lawrence wise to the attacking play. Crow pokes it through. Crow, oh, nice move, and Robertson did well at the back. The last line of defense there for the Mustangs is Devon Crow trying to sneak in behind the Mustangs defense. Here's Ferguson now. 1v3 in. Ferguson drops it off. O'Kane a shot. Oh, and James just got enough of it with a blocker, and it went wide. Mustangs pressing for that go-ahead goal. They have the impetus here for the last couple of shifts. Slung in by Ferguson, and Mitch Humphries just went past his stick. Urza, good play there by Ferguson. Well, he almost kept it onside, but managed to retain control and get it over here now. Here to Robertson, who fires one in deep. James out of his net. McDowell, though, first of the players to the puck, puts it in behind. Back out now. Robertson, the trailer, just couldn't get enough meat on it. And a 2-on-1 possible, 3-on-1 now here for the Ice the other way. Corbett drops it back to Corbett. It's loose. Oh, and Hoddick just couldn't put the finishing touches on a nice move there from Corbett. And, well, the Mustangs get out of jail on that play. 12:28 to go, still tied at 3 apiece. It's moved out to the center ice and all the way back now here to Mikey James. Graham gets to it first. Apps, the forechecker here for the Mustangs. There's Webster now with McDowell right on him. Webster back out here to Todd Graham. Rides the check there from Apps, who throws a second one on Anderson there in front of the Melbourne Ice bench, and McDowell comes up with a puck. McDowell moving in. He shoots. Good save from James, and Davies went searching for the rebound. It just couldn't put wood on rubber. Here's Powell. Anderson slips by McMahon. Anderson's got it over here to Lawrence, and it was just the wrong side of the skates of Lawrence, and he goes down after colliding there with Davies. No penalty coming, and Lawrence and Davies have a little thing to say to each other. Play continues now in deep. Webster collides there with Jones. Stringer looks for the hit on Graham. It's getting a little rough out there in the last couple of seconds. Corbett's in behind the play. Pitkin, though, gets to the puck first. Shoots it out to center. The Ice are on a change. Mustangs looking to catch him. Jones across to Stringer. Across to McCoy. McCoy sends it in front. Oh, it's almost off the stick there of Fleming and in the net. Here's a shot now for Robertson. It was blocked up high by the shin pads of Liam Webster, and the game has gone up a few beats per minute here in this last couple of shifts. Gone from dubstep to drum and bass. Here's Fleming looking for Hoddick there as his defensive partner. Hoddick looking for options up ice. Flips it past Stringer. McCoy did well to pinch in, but he's relinquished his position temporarily, but not the offside call. Will have a face-off. Wow, what a couple of minutes there, Rod.
Well, dude, that was pretty good. But you know what I was more impressed with? I was more impressed with, once again, your musical skill set there. Picking it up from a drum, what was it? A drum and bass.
Well, dubstep to drum and bass. I think you're a little old for both of those genres, Rod, but only 90s kids will understand that, as the meme says.
I'm not that old.
Oh, well, you could have fooled me. Here's Urza now. Urza across now here to Robertson. Slings it up ice. Nice hit there from Fleming on Humphries. Here's Ferguson. Picks it up now deep in his own zone. Comes all the way back to his own blue line. Got not much on offer, so he has to go back to his own blue line. And almost skates the entire length of the ice here. Give or take a couple of meters. Gives it back now here to Robertson. Give and go. Oh, that was picked off and read well there by Powell. Powell evades the check. Powell skates in. Sends it in front. Had Anderson and Fleming. Got it back behind the net. But he's stripped of it. And away comes Pat O'Kane. Chips it up ice to Crow. Both players have a goal or more tonight. Powell to Crow, and now Fleming. O'Kane throws the hit, doesn't knock Fleming over, but Lawrence has the puck. Across now, here's Powell, walking in the back door. Pitkin and cuts off the angle and cuts off the goal mouth, and the puck goes into the corner. Lawrence did well, threads it through now here to Fleming. Fleming's got an open net, a shot. That was Anderson, excuse me. A great save there from Pitkin. And the Mustangs now on the back foot. Humphries to O'Kane. All the way now to Ferguson, back to Humphries. Humphries shoots, and a save there by Mikey James, and he covers the rebound.
Well, I got a couple of things to say there. I'd be thinking that if I was Anderson, I wouldn't be passing off to my right when I'm in the slot. Take the shot. Peter Lambert, looks like a good finish coming up in Melbourne between Mustangs hockey and Melbourne Ice. Well, it is great. You wouldn't think it would be 3-all after what we saw earlier, but it's a great game, and it's anyone's game at this moment.
Indeed it is. Here's Graham now with the puck. Back out now here to Webster. Fires it up. Here's Corbett. Down now here to McCoy. McCoy chips this one up, looking there for Brendan McDowell, just out of his reach. Graham to Corbett. Backhands this one now here to Michael McMahon, who made his Mighty Roos debut this year over in Tilburg in the Netherlands. Fired up to McCoy. Nice pass here to Apps in his rookie game. Apps moves and shoots, and he scores! Goal on debut for Bradley Apps. It's the go-ahead goal for the Mustangs. They lead 4-3.
Right through Mikey James's legs off a good lead pass, and a shot that I don't think he really got a lot on it, but if you watch the replay, it went through Mikey's legs, and I'm sure he'd like to have that one back.
Well, here it is. Just dribbled through. Well, I mean, we were talking earlier about Mikey James' good form in the first two periods. This one, it's almost, night and day.
Well, I think he struggled a couple times with the puck. Like you saw, he made a save and he didn't have full control over it. He's popped a couple rebounds too.
Yeah.
So he needs to regroup, just take a couple of deep breaths and get his head back where he was before.
Yeah. So 4-3 the score, 9:07 remaining in period number 3. The Mustangs surging here halfway through the last regulation period. Is this one in the skates here of Crow. Crow just dishes it out now here to Anderson. And what can the Melbourne Ice rally in response? Here's Anderson, Ferguson, he gets checked. And a good check there applied by Erzit. Ferguson just looking for teammates up ice. Well, had O'Kane lurking there at the blue line, trying to get in behind the Melbourne Ice defense, but Tommy Powell has it now here for the Ice. Now Anderson. Anderson sized up by Erzin, manages to get a pass out. And the Mustangs come down here for O'Kane. O'Kane's off to the races. In on a breakaway, O'Kane. Oh, great play. What a play by Fleming to break that play up. It was 2-0 almost at that point. And Nate Fleming comes up with the goods. Back now here to Vyasov. Skates through center. Vyasov in over the line. Vyasov fires, and that one was blocked by Graham. Needed enough to force his man wide. Vyasov still alive with the play, though. The puck now in the hands of Powell. Chipped it up ice. Corbett in a race. Corbett now. He's put into the glass. And play continues as the Mustangs look to break out of their own zone. As Hoddick has the puck now here for the Ice and trying to settle the tempo down just a bit. A frenetic pace here in this first Melbourne Derby for season 2018, and it's passed up now here to Hoddick. Hoddick down the far side. Hoddick moving in top of the circle, shot, and a great save there by Patrick Pitkinen, putting the right pad out and denying Sam Hoddick. As a scrum develops in front of the Mustangs bench, McCoy sees a loose puck and tried to get it out there to Brendan McDowell, the assistant captain here this year for the Melbourne Ice. That's for the Mustangs, excuse me. Rod Johns had a heart attack. Here's one now here to McCoy. McCoy picks it off and dumps this one in, heads to the bench, puts it in now here for Graham. Swats it around up to the waiting Powell. Powell gets checked there by Apps. And up now here to Anderson with Lawrence. Two Melbourne Ice imports surging forward. That one was too much in front of Lawrence for him to do anything meaningful with. And it's put into the corner. And the grind continues here in the corner for the Melbourne Ice. They managed to get a bit of breathing room. Anderson dishes it down deep, looking for Powell on the give and go. It's dealt with, and McDowell tried to force it out. Lawrence keeps it onside. Erzin picks it up and puts it down here to Robertson and on to Davies. 6.5 to go here. Period number 3. Davies. Humphreys lurking for it at the blue line. Davies has done well to draw 3 Melbourne Ice players. Almost a power play-esque situation right here. Davies finally cedes control of the puck here to Tommy Powell, and he puts it up ice. McMahon in a foot race with Corbett, wins that one. Davies, who's skated the length of the ice to glove that one down and start the breakout here for the Mustangs. Davies with pace, gets chopped at there by Wong. He moves through center. Davies with pace to the outside. Around Hoddick, gets hooked. Davies still has it. His shot flutters after a deflection into the netting, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, that was a good full rink rush that he did right there, and he almost pulled that one off. But this replay, mate, Pat O'Kane's got wheels and brains, and he had his man open, and like you said, Fleming made a great play to stop that. Otherwise, that would have been 5-3, Matt.
Indeed, it would have been, as O'Kane, the man we were just talking about, puts it into the corner. Big shout out to Sean O'Kane. Not sure what time it would be in Maine right now, but he's probably got to go to work tomorrow.
I think he's playing on his boat.
Oh, well, there you go. It's not work at all. Here's Hoddick. Chip and chase past McCoy was good, intelligent, and he's still got the puck. Hoddick drops it off. Looking there for Wong. He's backhand shot across. And Corbett just couldn't put the finishing touch on that masterpiece there for the Melbourne Ice. The Mustangs come back the other way. It's busted through, and Ferguson was just a metre offside.
Well, dude, 5 minutes left.
Yep.
4-3 Mustangs. Michael Clough. Mustangs hockey skating with the speed of Usain Bolt. Melbourne Ice skating like Abby Simpson right now. Well,
Abraham Simpson. So you
I like Abby, though. What's wrong? That could be his sister.
It's going to say, well, what are you, Max Walker? You're going to keep calling him Grahammy? Anyway, Abraham Simpson, I wonder how old you are, Brian. Here he's moving around now. Here's a shot there from Lawrence. Vyasov deals with the remainder after a great save there from Petri Picketed. Put out there here by Fleming. Here's Stringer. Bumped there by Powell. And that's chipped all the way down here to Devon Crow, and now on to Fleming. 5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Lawrence gets shouldered into the glass as the Ice relinquish the puck here to Vyasov. Slaps it around, and that went off the stick there of Crow, so icing cancelled out as both teams take advantage of a line change. Here's Crow now with Anderson and Wong. Davies, lost control of the puck. Wong sees it. As Picketed had half a net empty, didn't know where the puck was. And Chris Wong very nearly made that 4-4. Here's McCoy. Moved out now by the Mustangs via Davies. Davies backhands this one into the opposite corner as McDowell goes and gives chase, but Webster a good 2 or 3 meters in front of him, excuse me. Here's Graham now to Webster. Webster long off the ice. Well, Hoddick, a bit of miscommunication there. That's going to be icing and a face-off.
So, dude, here comes one. Sean O'Kane. Ahoy, mateys! Thanks for the reasonable start time today. Well, we're always thinking about our friends overseas, especially the rich ones with big boats.
You're just still wanting the invite, aren't you?
Exactly.
6 years and no invite? No, I'm sure. As this one back now here to Humphreys. He backhands this one, and a save made there by Mikey James. Graham through to Webster. Hoddick skates out. O'Kane has him in the crosshairs. That's Pat O'Kane, not Sean O'Kane. Moved by Mann over to Ferguson. And Webster has the puck now here for the Ice. 4 minutes remaining. Here's McCoy. Glove down by Armstrong. He's hadn't been on the ice much in this third period, I should say. Lawrence now. Lawrence in the high slot drops it off to Webster. Feeds one through. Nice save. Pick it to the rebound. Went off the side of the net. As Armstrong went searching for the tying goal. Long range shot by Graham is kicked out by Picketed. Dangered on over. Another save by Picketed. That's 3 saves on consecutive shots there for Petri Picketed. Armstrong heads the puck in the corner. It's deflected out now here to Graham. Turn around and just fires that one blindly on net. It didn't get through traffic. It finally trickles through to Picketed, who covers.
Well, Mustangs need to regroup and compose themselves. So Picketed needs to get a hold of that puck and stop the play so they can stop the pressure and just give them a little bit of breathing space, because Melbourne had them hemmed in. Melbourne Ice, that is.
Yep.
Had them hemmed in, and too close, and there's still a lot of time left.
So don't forget, fans, tomorrow the Melbourne Ice take on the Newcastle North Stars from 5 p.m. Eastern. And the Mustangs will take on the North Stars Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Both of those games right here and live on AIHL.tv. Fleming now here to Crow. Now to Fleming. And now on Anderson. Traverses the blue line. Looks for Chris Wong down the near side. Too many Mustangs players in front of him. And Vyasov goes to work in the corner, as does Davies. And the Mustangs frantically trying to get it out of their zone. The Ice had them hemmed in. Here's Davies now. Davies looking for this. Nice move from Davies. Toe drag, and just ran out of breathing room. Good job there by the Ice defense to take the time and space away as Ben Davies was lurking for goal number 2 on the afternoon. Here's Fleming. Now here to Wong. Wong now skates away. Tries to foot through the slot, a flutter of players. And a fluttering of sticks, no one can get control. Armstrong has it though. Powell cycled into the corner. Crow is playing well low for a defenseman there. But Armstrong breaks back in now here for the Melbourne Ice. Armstrong shoots, it's blocked under this. Davies, it comes out loose. A shot from Lawrence and it's into the netting. And we have a whistle. And the Mustangs use this to get a bit of respite. So, early stages of season 2018. If we take a look at the ladder, the Ice on top, 10 points. The Brave just behind them on 9. The Ice Dogs with 9. And the Adrenaline rounding out the 4. The Mustangs win here, they'll go to 9 points. So the Ice win, they'll go to 13. And the Thunder, Bears and North Stars. The North Stars a slower start to the season. They have had 5 players away at Worlds. The Ice have as well. And,
they've had a bit of a rocky go, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be very interested to see tomorrow what happens.
They should have a full-strength team. Here's Humphreys now off to the races. The crowd urging him on. Humphreys back down to O'Kane. Trickles all the way back to Ferguson. Ferguson shoots. Oh, what a save there. But it's in. It's in. 5-3. And the Mustangs, just like that, with 2 minutes to go, have a 2-goal lead.
But watch the save. He makes an awesome save, and then there's a rebound, and it's in. But a little bobble at the blue line. Good hustle by Mitch Humphreys. Drop pass. And just in.
So, man, he went old school, went the double pad stack, and nearly had it. A timeout called now here by the Melbourne Ice. And the Mustangs, you can hear the crowd behind us. It is a Mustangs home crowd. So what will the Melbourne Ice have in response? You know, you'd think they're going to...
Well, they're going to pull their goalie, mate. They have nothing to lose, and they have 2 minutes to get back into this game. And, you know, the funny thing is, you and I have been here, and we've seen some really strange things go on. So composure and a bit of thought process is what it takes here. So you need to get the goal, be focused, make something happen. And, you know, Mustangs are sitting there thinking 5-on-3, man, I just got to wind this thing down. And all you got to do is score once, and you're right back in it. And 2 minutes is plenty of time to do that.
A lot of time. And it has to be interesting too. No Jamie Burke in the lineup tonight for the Mustangs. No Kahu Joyce, obviously both out of that game last week in Perth, suspended. And the Mustangs, I mean, look, they have a lot of talent on their roster, but, you know, those 2 guys add just a little bit more, but plenty of depth as we're seeing out there from this Mustangs team.
It's good to see people pick it up. Andrew Erzin, I think, has played a great game, okay?
Yeah, indeed. Here's Armstrong now. Shovels this through now here to Anderson. McMahon. Keep an eye on Michael James as before he heads to the bench. Here's Humphreys now. The Mustangs just playing keepy off. Webster has it now deep in his own zone. Sends it across here to Crow. Shipped up there by Anderson. Here goes James to the bench. 6 skaters on now here for the Ice with a shade under 100 seconds remaining in regulation. And this one sent the length of the ice. It's going to go wide. And O'Kane in a foot race beats out the icing call. He beat Webster to the puck. They sent it in front, and Humphreys was looking for the empty net. Ferguson gets checked there by his opposite number there in Lawrence. Here's Anderson. Webster, time expiring here for the Ice if they want to manage a counter-attack. Here's Armstrong to Anderson. Anderson in over the line. Plenty of Mustangs jerseys there. It trickles through here to Crow. Crow's got time. He gives it to Corbett. His shot is blocked by McCoy. It's loose back now here to Corbett behind the net. McMahon has it. Sends it around the glass. Just kept onside there. Brilliant play by Lawrence. He fires. That's blocked up high. Rebound to Crow. Oh, it's over the crossbar. 55 seconds remaining. 2-goal lead here to the Mustangs. They try to fire it out of the zone. Kept in again by Lawrence. Here to Webster. Webster looking for a lane. He shoots. That was a meter wide of the blocker. Picking it. The rebound. It shoots and it's into the netting. And a great sequence of events there.
You know, again, if you're not really watching, don't pick this up. But Lawrence, what a great little play at the blue line to keep that puck on side and keep the pressure on. Can't say enough about stuff like that, man. 43 seconds left. Anything can happen.
The play is going to come outside because it didn't touch anyone from the Mustangs. Late change from the Melbourne Ice. But there's five skaters, but obviously the goaltender is pulled, so we'll see who the sixth skater is. It's going to be Dylan Lawrence. So 43 seconds and a 2-goal margin. Don't go anywhere, folks. Great finish for sure coming up. Here's Webster now, slings it wide. Lawrence dumps it straight in. Away goes Robertson now. Robertson picked off there by Anderson. Fired around there by Davies. Webster tried to keep it the right side. Vyasov overskates the puck. 27 seconds remaining. Crow deep in his own zone. Looking to be the architect of something here. Rosen fires. Oh, the blade of Webster there was right there on the blue line. As Armstrong touches it, keeps it alive. Webster feeds it through. Here's Anderson, sent it across. Oh, and it was just kept out. What a play by Vadim Vyasov. And the shot goes wide. And icing cancelled out as Davies beat both Crow and Webster. It's not going to matter, though, because the Melbourne Mustangs are going to win the first Melbourne Derby for 2018. 5 goals to 3 in front of a sellout crowd. And what a game.
Well, you wouldn't have picked that, would you? 3-0 down and 5-3 they go away as a winner. Well, if I'm the coach of the Mustangs, I'm pretty happy, okay, because it takes a big team to regroup and come back against Melbourne Ice, who has depth, and they had a good goaltender, right? Everything was going their way, and bingo, a little bounce here, a little bounce there, and all of a sudden, you're right back in it. At 3-1, I said it was very, very important who'd get that next goal. Well, dude.
Petri Pitkänen as well in that third period. Man, did he make some great stops.
Well, and you know, that goes right back to the start when we talked about how important your goaltending is, right? He's there to make the save, but then he's there to make the save he shouldn't have to make. Yep. He made a few of those. Exactly right.
And we talked about before, Mikey James, first 2 periods, electric, and in that third period, you know, 1-2 goals, and it just sort of like didn't open the floodgates, but just sort of seemed to have hurt his confidence a bit.
I think so. I think he struggled a little bit, and I mean, not to take anything away because he played well, but you could see that he'd make a save, and he wasn't sure with the puck like he was in the first 2 periods. Okay, so
I mean, he made some incredible stuff, and that double pad stack at the end, amazing. But well, there you have it, folks. The Melbourne Mustangs take this one 5-3 here at the O'Brien Group Arena. Friday Night Hockey for season 2018. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the coverage here this evening. Don't worry, folks. Tomorrow, we're back with the Melbourne Ice versus the Newcastle North Stars from 5 p.m. Eastern. And the Melbourne Mustangs will take on the North Stars on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Both of those games live here on AIHL.tv. On behalf of my co-commentator, Rod Johns, I'm Steve White. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you, dude.